I'm gonna go mid rates on those. Low rates on the ailerons. Alright, got a T-28 Parkzone. And the other one I brung is, you probably can't see it. Hopefully it's the FMS T-28. So just a T-28 day. So far out here, it's only Jimmy and me. Our field's looking really good. Got it nice and closely cropped. Alright, taking off. This is just a little Parkzone, runs on a 3-cell 2200. There is no flaps or retracts or nothing on it. But it sure is a good flying plane. It's flying along just about half throttle. Needs to go just a smidge over half to stay in the air without riding the sticks. I've probably been flying about 3 years before I ever flew my first T-28, which was this one actually. And this one is what made me decide to get the larger FMS T-28. It's like a 1450 or maybe 1500 millimeter, something like that. This in here is still a hoot to fly. You can just cruise around either leisurely, or you can pitch it around a little bit harder if you want. Good tight loops. It's got that little wire spindle gear on it that's doesn't really handle rough grass very well, but here on the smooth you can take off and land on it. Hopefully this come out. It's just at daybreak. May not be enough light out here to capture this yet. But the good thing on this is you can just pop the wheels off and hand launch it and belly land it. So it makes it pretty fun, pretty versatile. Very economical to fly. 3S 2200s you can get for, well, you can get them on sale for like $8. I think pretty much anywhere you can get them regular price of $12 to $15 each. I guess the closest thing to this one out there right now is the E-flite 1.2 meter. I haven't flown that one, but I bet you it flies really great. I've got their several of their other 1.2 meter size planes. Either have them currently or had them in the past. I think my favorite on them is the Spitfire, and then followed up by the Corsair. but I would bet you that that T-28 would be a sweetheart. Alright, let's look here. Still got a little bit of time. This thing's pretty miserly on the battery. You can pretty much get 10-minute flights with no worries. Oh man, Jimmy, this is kind of like a top wing trainer. I mean, it just buzz it around, doing whatever you want to with it. It's very forgiving.
Can you still get it?
No, I think the closest one to it is the E-Flight 1.2 meter. And I think Hobby King sells a Durafly model that's a 1.1 meter. I think this one is a 1 meter here. It's a 1000 millimeter. But she flies so light.
Oh, I know. I had one. Yeah, 3 of them. Well, what it was, I crashed it, rebuilt, crashed it, rebuilt.
Right? Well, this is the one that encouraged me to buy that FMS over there on the table, the bigger one.
Oh, okay.
So I'd flown probably 3 years before I ever tried out a T-28, and this was the first T-28 I flew. And fell in love with it. So I bought the big one, and I was going to put this on. You know, I've sold about 7 or 8 planes here in the last month and a half. And this was one of them that I was going to sell, but I've flown it a couple times since then, and I just don't think it's, you know, let's face it, it's a little Parkzone. If you sold it, you probably only get $80 for it, and it's worth more than that to me, just to have as a little toss it up. It doesn't take up much space in the hangar.
Yeah.
And there's our timer.
I got one more plane to buy this year, and then my buying's out.
What are you going to buy?
Probably that clip wing, that yellow one.
Clip. Oh,
Yeah, because I crashed that other one.
right. Well,
Due to the field conditions over there, in my judgment.
are you getting that anytime soon, or?
Well, as soon as they start back up, we've been out for probably 8 weeks now. Back in July, they said September. They're still saying September. And I think I'm going to buy from A1 Hobby.